I'm late. Rob, mate, I do apologise. I've been doing a fence with my neighbour, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. Let me just log on now. Rob, how you doing? Um, it's so embarrassing when you're late, isn't it? That's something that you need to avoid if you are in business, is being late and getting up and leaving a live stream now in a minute because I fancy a milkshake. It's good to see Rob. Is he gone? Is he there? Oh, there, Rob Fryer. Good morning, mate. It's good to have you on. We've got one live viewer. Thanks for joining. I do apologise. Got to say it now from the outset. Big thanks to Rob Beatty. Rob Beatty, how you going, mate? Massive thanks to ITS supporters of this live stream. Don't forget that you can order your products, any tools, 7 days a week. And if you order before 7, you'll get them the next day. And I've ordered a few tools this week. And little breaker. We've got a little bit of a problem with some concrete. So we've got to deal with that. I'm just logging onto the YouTube account. Yeah, massive thanks to ITS. Just let you know, they've got a massive sale on their PPE. Matthew Potter, good morning. My friend Dave Owens. Hi, John. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just a little bit late. Our neighbour believes that the fence is his, and that's fine. That's no problem at all. He can believe the fence is his, no problem. Generally, we're so lucky. We have a boundary wall all the way around our house. Just there's a couple of places, and why they did, I don't know. They put feather edge fence. Generally, 75% is a boundary wall, 6 feet high. We've got it both sides, so we're really lucky and fortunate. But really, the fences are a party fence. They're a shared fence line. And some time ago, I actually put posts, 4-inch by 4-inch posts. John Birkinshaw, good morning. Lots of Johns on this morning now. Good morning, John. How you doing, mate? Yeah, posts in the ground. How long do they last? They last 12 years, 15 years. It depends how you concrete them, what you do underneath the post to let the water run through, or whether you concrete, encase it. You know, how long will these posts last using all these, these postcrete products? Because I think it's great. But it just doesn't make sense for me. I know it's like with Max Reed products, they're lightweight. They're half the weight of some of those other postcrete products. And I've got to say, it's a fantastic idea. Half the weight, same volume, half the weight, because of the aggregate they actually use in that. Lee Andy, good morning, mate. Hope you're well. Lee from Handy Groundworks in Liverpool. That's how it's done. There's my mate, Lee. Good to see him on here. Lee, I don't you think we're just talking about my neighbour's fence and about the post that is going in the ground. Just a quick reminder, ITS got a massive sale on again, I'll say it again, on their PPE and on their workwear products. Get on there. There's a 15%. I'm not sure about the promo code. You could try it. Just have a go. But get on there, have a look. They've got a massive sale on ITS. But if you go on there and you drop them me email, tell them I sent you. They may send me something else. Look, last week, we gave the tool belt set and the tool bag away. I will get them off. I'm always a bit late getting things off because I'm not as good as Alison. I'm not organised in some respects when it comes to that sort of stuff. But we were talking about party fences. So I've got this party fence I put the post up some time ago. And my neighbour said that he was going to get a contractor in to finish it off. And I put the post in on my side. I never took the existing fence line down, so the fence was still in place. But Alison and I were a bit concerned that the fence could possibly fall and, it could cause a problem. You don't want it landing on the kids next door, the dogs, or damaging anything. It's a party fence. And though he believed it was his fence, I can tell you now, if any damage would have occurred, he would have had a look at his deeds and found out that it's a party fence, and he may have come back to me. So it was important that I didn't allow, in some respects, I'm not a dictator, didn't allow any other contractor to come along and put the post in, because I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to put the post in. Hiya, Rocco. Good boy. So I want to put the post in. I know they've been put in firm. And what we were talking about concrete and using those postcrete products. I see the advantages of using it when it's fast, it's quick, it's efficient. You can get it, but it's expensive, isn't it? Like, you know, and I think it's okay if you put in a few posts in, but not necessarily when you're putting like dozens and dozens of posts, because you've got to remember you can put a rapid set in your mix. Lee Andy says, how's Rocco? He's right there, Lee. He's right there, and he won't let me pick him up. If I went to pick him up, he'd probably, you know what he's like, Lee. Rob Fry says, what I did with our fence is the neighbour paid for the materials and I did the work. Fair, yeah. If their question is, Rob, Rob, speak to me, mate. Just speak to me. I think, Paul Goodchild, good morning. Yeah, I think that's absolutely fair. He misses him. Yeah, it is, Rob. It is fair. You know, it's a party fence. So I've put the post in and he paid for the feather edge fence. I paid for the post. So that there, oh my God, Debbie McGee's just bought me some toast and some marmalade. I needed that this morning. I was up this morning at 5 o'clock, ready, raring to go to get the fence done. I thought I was going to get the fence done. Excuse me, really unprofessional eating toast on a live stream. No, I think it's fair, Rob. And Rob, if you've got a picture of that, Johnyboy would like to see it. There's Rocco underneath there now. He'd like to have a bit of toast. Do I give him a bit of toast? It's brown bread. There we are, babe. Good boy. Good boy. So I've put the post in. The post has been in for some time. And the other day he said that he was thinking about getting a contractor to do it. I jumped straight into it. I said, look, let's order the materials now. I know Jewson's now have an abundance of feather edge boards, whereas only a few months ago, the feather edge boards, the rails, the wood wasn't available. It was without doubt shortage of product. And even now, I don't know what you guys are still finding out there. Are you having problems getting product? A little while ago, you couldn't even get plaster. Speak to me. I want to hear. I want to hear from you. So, good day today. Fence is up. The only thing what he's done, he's built a planter on the one side of the fence, half the fence. So I can't even get down to even nail the fence. So somehow I'm gonna have to try and put a screw at an angle, and there's probably about 20 or 30 boards that we have to do. So he's not made it easy for me. So the thing I was going to say to you, Rob, now at this moment, is that the old feather edge fence is on his lawn. Do I take it away? Probably not, because I've done the fence, done the labour, done it all. He's just paid for that. And I think he needs to pay for getting that away. So there's my story this morning. That's the reason I'm late. It's really unprofessional. It should never, ever have happened. We have this morning 6 likes. We've got 13, I think, viewing. I don't know how many guys you can actually see viewing at this live stream this morning. I tell you now, it's been absolutely hectic since we come back off holiday. I mean, there's lots of things going on. Rob, I love it. Do you know, Rob, wouldn't it be nice if you could send, when you're on your phone, you send those voice messages as opposed to texting it? Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if you could just send a message in now so we can hear you? We are working on a live stream system. There is one called live stream, and you can actually invite people. I know they have the Teams things, but it's difficult to try and get it with YouTube. Lee Andy says, working today, have tooth issues. Right. What's going on, Lee? Are you poorly? I want to know. Will I be able to speak to you? Look, if you're in Liverpool or anywhere up north there and you're looking for a contractor, and if you're watching this live stream, if you are a consumer, Lee Handy is definitely the guy for you. But don't take advantage of him, because he's such a nice guy. And it's such a shame when customers, the consumer, can take full advantage of guys because they are good contractors, but not necessarily good businessmen. And I'm not saying Lee's not a good businessman, but what Lee is, in some respects, he's probably a bad businessman because he's just too nice. He just says yes to everything. John Birkinshaw says, love your video, mate. Keep up the hard work. John, I'm trying. And I tell you now, it's a difficult thing because, as I've said before, lots of cameras, lots of different cameras, but it's so hard to actually start setting cameras up and you start spending time on it. And then because of that, the job takes a knock, doesn't it? You know, it has a bit of an effect. What you want is that if you've got guys working with you, like I've got Ryan, I've got 2 Ryans. Yeah, Ryan's pretty good as well with a camera. He'll pick it up and film. I think the thing is, it's always a bit difficult because you want to make progress because your profit is in your time. When you start making that footage, it is really hard. I have got some footage since I've started the new job, which I'm going to be do a video later on today. I'm so chuffed this morning that I've made rapid progress. I've got the fence done. Neighbour's happy. He may not be so happy when he sees all that old feather edge fence on there. I have got a skip here, but the only trouble is the skip that I have is actually failed. Failed it is. So, hey, we need some more lights on this video. So the thing I was going to say to you, Wayne Jones, good morning, mate. Hi, Wayne, how's it going, mate? Glad you're able to join us. It's good to have you on here. I'm so sorry that I was actually late this morning, but sometimes people do join a little bit late. We were talking about fencing. We were talking about Lee Handy's turf, cracked turf, killing me. And yeah, I am too soft. Getting there. Yeah. And that's what Lee was just saying. Great to be here, mate. Great to have you, Wayne. And if there's anyone that I haven't responded to this week, I do apologise, but I've been so busy. We started a new project. We're up the Welsh Valleys. Great people up there. Customer we're working for Dan at the moment. Cracking guy and his dad, Mike. Big shout out to Mike this week. And to Dan, you know, and cracking guy. But a massive shout out to Mikey up there. Dan's dad. He's been an absolute scream and he's made it a real joy to be on that job. So Mike, if you're watching this morning, or Dan, if you're watching, tell your dad he's a real joy to spend some time with. Really love talking to him. And I really felt with Mike, he could be my friend. Good guy, cracking guy, good fun, great sense of humour, but kind. It's good to be kind. Nishai Ferrari, I can just about say it. Sorry, Nishai, if I said that wrong. But yeah, Mike, Dan's dad, current customer, absolutely fantastic guy. Such a fun guy to be with and full of jokes, but such a kind guy. And I think that's the trouble with the landscaping industry, or even as a contractor up and down the country. You'll have guys out there that are fantastic with their work. And there are some really talented guys out there. I tell you what, there's Broadlands Landscapes down in Essex. Absolutely incredible work he's turning out. Like to meet the guy one day and meet him. Morning, JR. Glad to catch this morning. David Graham, good to see you. Tom Carley, morning, JB. Listen, and that's an easy name, but if any of you guys have some really difficult names, please forgive me because it's I can't see it the best of the time anyway. But I was just saying, it's always difficult, isn't it? When you're a decent guy, you want to get the job done, and you want to give your customers that little bit extra. You want them to remember you, you know. And I think giving out sometimes isn't always a good thing because it doesn't do the customer any favours in some respect. They need, you know, they need to know where they are. And I think the trouble is when you start giving too much than what you've agreed, they expect more. In some cases. They expect more in some cases. Just had a message come through there. Good to see it. I'll have a read of that later on. Yeah, 19 live views. Absolutely fantastic. Have you noticed that the live streams are always Saturday morning live with Johnyboy? And I'll be honest with you, I have monetized the channel because of the amounts of effort that I put in it. Don't get a great deal back from it, but I never ever try and use titles on videos as clickbait. I never ever do that, really. I've thought about it. I've done it in the past, you know, and because I want people to get there. And they say that probably the best way to get more people, more viewing, is obviously it's got to be interesting content, but obviously it's about the thumbnail and about the title. And I'm just not necessarily into that. I think you just got to post and title your videos about what you're actually doing. How many customers, Wayne Jones? Yes, you do deserve more views, though, mate. Wayne, yeah, absolutely, and I think that I do. But Wayne, watch this space. You need to watch this space. We're having an Ethernet cable, hard cable from here to the garage. And as I've told you before, my garage is what I call the undisclosed location. I agree with Wayne. Cheers, Rob. No, thank you very much. Any feedback is always welcome. If anybody wants to offer any help, any advice, just send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. So basically, my garage is what I call the undisclosed location. It was always a bit of fun, a better place with mysterious place where I filmed from. Ian Watson says, but you'll make someone front garden interesting and eye-catching. Why not a video thumbnail? Yeah, Ian, you're right. I'll be honest, I've got Canva. There are guys before that have offered to help, and I'm okay with Canva, that design process. I'm okay, but I'm not good. And yes, I probably do need some help. So if anybody wants to get back to me and offer some help, I'd be willing to take it. I'd even pay for it. Kevin Woods Workshop. Morning, Johnny. Hope you're well. Kev, I hope you're well. Love to know what you're doing. Thanks for that, Ian Watson. Thanks for that, Rob. How do we get more views? Or should we have more views? Or is it just, have we built to that audience that where we're at now? Or will it grow a little bit more? Do I make it a little bit more dynamic and a little bit cheesy? You know, has anybody seen some of those videos out there at the moment? And I think they've been on one of those forums. Don't put your videos down. Spend time with titles and thumbnails. Don't put them. I'm not here. I'm not. Listen, I appreciate that. I'm not necessarily putting them down, but I think the frustrating thing is every time when I take a decent camera and I grab those shots, it takes so much time and effort. And I just want to be able to produce a video and content where we get out on a regular basis. People can see it and nothing's hidden. Tool reviews, that's the way they should be. They don't need to be cheesy. They don't need to be corporate. You know, you need to be on site. You need to talk about the products that you're actually using, the tools that you're using. Collaboration with one of your other YouTubers, maybe. Wayne, I don't know if they want to even talk to me. Yeah, I'd love to do a collaboration with another YouTuber. But I'll be honest, mate, it's a bit of a dark, mysterious world out there, and it can be quite harsh amongst these people. My aim with the videos initially wasn't about the monetization. It was to show clients and customers, potential customers, they will. Maybe they will. Drop them a message, Wayne. Go and ask them, because I don't know who I'd even speak to, where I'd even begin. Yeah, Justin, definitely in Cardiff, my mate. He's a brilliant guy, like, you know. But certainly, the reason I started doing the videos was just so that customers could see what I was doing and what I was about, who I was, because you can't hide nothing here. This isn't scripted. This is me. This is me rolling it all out, and people can just see exactly what I am. Nothing's hidden. Nothing's hidden at all. Just get rid of that to one side. Look, guys, there's been so much I want to tell you. I've had a real issue last week. Justin, yeah, absolutely. Our Justin down in Cardiff. And we've done a sort of collaboration before. Maybe we'll do one again. But you'll find that generally all the people that are watching lots of these videos, they are the same people. So I think, sorry about this, I'm absolutely starving. I think content needs to be interesting. People want to see different things, but also I don't think it's just about the work, it's about the personality. I want to talk about things like, well, I tell you what's happened. I've been invited to probably one of the biggest landscape shows in France. It is the show. So I'm going to France probably at, I don't know when it is. It's the end of November, I think it is. So I'm going out to there, going to have a look and see what the French are doing. I've had a little look at the video of the exhibition that it is, this landscape show, and it's very much on par, but they will have different methods, different ideas, and that's the aim. I was in Louisville in Kentucky a couple of years ago with Matt Sloan, went and had a look what they were doing there, but generally that was a lawn care show, and the lawn care show was all about cutting equipment and all this, and they did have a small hard landscape part, but with the Americans, great guys, a lot of it is about tarmac, oil-based products, concrete, as opposed to a lot of that. And they do a lot of stone in places, like, but it's a different game in different places, and they embrace different methods out there, like, you know. But it was good going out there, talking to people and seeing what they're doing, and that's where I want to go. I don't just want to do a video of how to do a mitre or how to do a cut. If somebody wants me to sort of talk about how to cut things, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind doing it. And I get my glasses on, because we've got a long message coming there now. I don't know if any of you guys can actually see. I don't know actually what you guys actually see. Stronger medicine, 100% right about the personality. I was drawn to your videos because you're completely transparent and seem genuinely passionate with no ulterior motive. It comes across on the screen. Listen, that means a lot to me. Thanks very much for that. I really, really appreciate that. And that's the thing that I want to try and reiterate, is that there's nothing hidden. I really value that feedback, and it's great to have that feedback. Is that, could I produce a video and really snazzy and really sharp and, you know, engaging? Yeah, I could, right? But it just takes so much time. As you can see, I'm a busy man. So going back, I really appreciate that comment, my friend, and thank you very much. So going back, every night this week, I've come back. I haven't even gone in the house. There's no way I'm going in the house. For a couple of reasons. One, my daughter's about soon to have a baby, and she's nesting at the moment. She's keeping everything, as Alison does, keep everything clean, and they don't want me in the house until I get changed and whatever. So I'm not getting changed. I stay outside. I go in the garage, which I call the undisclosed location, and we're turning it into a studio. I've put 4 coats of that Leyland product. I can't remember where it was from now. I think it was from Screwfix or somewhere like that. And again, there we are. I'm not just about ITS. You know, I try to keep myself sort of totally independent. If something's good, it's good. If something's bad, it's bad. If someone talks, you know, and values us as a contractor, I value them. So it doesn't matter who they are. So I'm not just tied into one company, you know. I talk about everything. So every day this week, going in, I've plastered the ceiling, and I haven't skinned for ages. And the first mistake that I made, I mixed it up too stiff. And oh my God, my blinking shoulder was in half. It really was. So I had to chuck it back in the bucket, mix it up again, and then it's come out okay. 6 out of 10 for the ceiling, 6 out of 10. But it's a workshop shop studio, and I have always said, if a job's worth doing well, you need to do it well. But it does look good. But remember, we're going to have a lot of lighting on there, and we're going to have probably a lower secondary ceiling with some mesh on or something. If you've got any ideas how you feel that the workshop studio, podcasting studio should look, I want to hear from you. So the aim is today, finish off sealing the floor. It's not dry at the moment because the weather's a little bit sort of misty. It's a little bit damp. It is in the garage, so I got to get the garage done. But I want some feedback off you, how the podcast studio is. I'll tell you what, it's big. It's probably about 6 meters by 4 meters. So we've got 24 square meters. So it's quite big as a little podcast studio. Studios don't necessarily need to be big, and we'll be able to move around the studio. We're going to have a podcast wall, no advertising on there, no advertising whatsoever on the podcast wall, but on other walls, we're going to have some different products. Lots of things in the pipeline. The good thing what IHS have done, they are going to work with me on some Makita stuff. I'm just going to read some of the comments there because it's so important. Got to get the glasses on. Carol Herman says, from customer's perspective, please keep up the videos. Thanks to you, I can hopefully now sort out problem with our granite patio. Carol, thanks very much. And I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do more for you, but you know, what we've got on this channel, what we've got with all these members and other consumers, is that it's a point of reference, it's a contact, it's a community, it's a network where we can speak to other people. You know yourself, everyone knows that on this video now that's going out, people can see the comments and the information is there. So if you want to share any information that can help a contractor, a fellow contractor, or a consumer, you need to sort of just put your information, because this is where it is. It's a portal to get it out. Thanks, Carol. I really appreciate that. David Graham says, Totally agree with your videos have been amazing and allowing me to build my knowledge and confidence to be able to do my own garden correctly. So thank you for that. Lee Andy says, can't wait to see it all finished. Lee, you'll be down here. Told Matt the other day, a little problem here in London in southeast, fuel problems only by £30 at a time. Yeah, the fuel problem. Well, it's pretty good here in Wales. I don't know about where you are, you guys across the country, what it's been like for you with the fuel problems. It's always good to talk about current events and about what's going on. We're not going to talk about politics because it's driving you insane. If you want to talk about politics, you can talk about it. I'm not going to stop you. Let me just have a little swig of this, please. Yeah, so there you are. Guys, so much to talk about. Really enjoy doing the live streams with you guys. But soon we'll be adding that podcast in there, and hopefully we'll have the hard cable, the hard drive out there in the podcast room, and we'll be able to do some live streams from there, and you'll be able to see your comments coming up on a big screen. We're going to have a big screen in there as well. Not quite sure where we're going to put the big screen, whether it should be off the wall where we can fold it back. Not quite sure how that's going to work. I haven't made my mind up. If you've got any ideas about it, just let me know. This is a little picture because recently I went out to Tobermoor in Ireland, and there's the guys on there that we did the filming with. There's, you recognise Ryan on there, Sam and Craig and his lad, cracking guys. Thoroughly enjoyed being out there. Dave Wilson as well. It was good to go out there. So that's where it looks like they're going to be doing some stuff out there soon in respect of training on how to lay paving. Do you know there's so many courses out there that you can actually go on, and there's not a lot about landscaping, is there? There's not a lot of courses about landscaping, how to lay paving. There's a few little courses, but not generally a lot. And what I'd like to do is I would like to create a community hub as a presence where people can come and learn, where we can have talks, where we can debate, and we can get the information. David Graham says definitely a pull out swivel bracket, can position it where you want. Yeah, do you know, Dave, that's a good idea. Yeah, definitely a pull-out bracket. We'll have the screen where we pull out. We're going to have the podcast wall. I'm really excited about what's going to happen. And what I am going to do, I am going to invite local other landscapers and contractors. So if any of you are actually watching this morning, it'd be good to for you to know, hopefully, that you'll be able to come along and you'll be able to spend some time in there in the podcast room. If you don't want to be filmed, that's fine, but we can share stories and we can talk. So important. It's so important. And the beauty of social media, that it needs to be used professionally. It needs to be used professionally, in a professional manner, and in the right manner where everyone can actually benefit. Social media, in some cases, can be seen as a detriment to mental health, to physical health, and to families. It can actually destroy families. But if used correctly, it can work well. For example, this live stream this morning. Nishal, it's Nish from Watford. Looking forward to your visit, Nish. Well, I know it was you, but when you see Nishal as well, Veralia, I do apologise, mate. I knew it was you, but I wasn't sure. And you got to remember, is there's so many people join these live streams sometimes. Yeah, and I'm looking to get down there. We need to make a little bit of progress on our current job at the moment, because we had to go really easy this week. I don't know if you've seen the video, or we'll probably get a few more. I'll try and get another vlog out now about the machine that I was using. My machine hasn't arrived at present because they are running late with it, and so annoying. My trailer hasn't arrived either, and we have paid. Quite a decent deposit on that, and we haven't heard nothing from them. Alison's dropped them a message and they haven't responded, so that's a little bit naughty, because it's a big company as well. Not going to name them, not going to shame them. I don't think it's necessarily, and I don't think it's fair at this point. I may do if they don't turn up with a trailer. But we had to get another digger, and I used Speedfast in Caerphilly with Jack, cracking lad. Young lad, but knows his stuff. He was able to get a digger out there reasonably fast, but it was at Sanya, and it was a 2.7 ton, 2.72 ton machine, and it was a big old digger. and it was. I mean, it was so powerful, and you've got to be careful because there's that little bit more width on it. And if you to hit something, it could cause a lot of damage. You've got to make sure you know what you're doing when you're driving machines. If you can't drive a machine, get a professional in. It's so important. And make sure that you use that dial before you dig, because the services, you need to check that out as well. Do a visual check on where the services may be, and just have a think about what you're doing. Stand back, have a look what you're doing, so you're able to progress. Sometimes taking a deep breath, walking away can make a big difference to whether you succeed with your job or whatever you're doing. It's so important. So many things to talk about. It just doesn't stop with me, honest. There's a lot going on. I've got to get back out. I've got young Ryan here today, sort of helping me with the fence, and we're going to be doing it a little bit more. I ain't going to be able to get into the garage today because the floor is still drying, but we are going to clear up on that side, and we're going to have a little go in other places. So there's lots of things to be getting on with. I'm not going to give anything else away today. I've got lots to give away because I don't think it's fair that I've given some products to some people who've dropped emails, and I will send them out at some point. But I want to get them out first before. Lots to give away, lots and lots to give away. Did any of you guys currently watching this live stream at the moment, did any of you actually enter the Ruby competition for the DCX Expert 15 of 50? Did anybody actually enter that? Hey, I'll tell you now, cracking saw, absolutely wonderful saw. I mean, they've just massively improved on the last saw, and they're getting there because they're getting feedback of you guys. But any of you guys, I tell you, they had a massive success with the entries on this channel. I think there was over 500 or 600 entries into that channel, and let alone on other parts of my social media platforms that I use. David Graham says, yeah, but not heard anything, so can't have won it. David, they actually did an announcement, and I can't remember who it was. I put an entry in, JB, Tom Conley. Well, good for you, Tom. You should have got other people to put an entries in. But they will be doing one again at some point in the future. So much to do. I tell you now, this working with companies, they're getting them to sort of get on this channel and to give something back is really, really a full-time job in itself anyway. And, you know, I'm still on the tools. Look, I said so many times because I'm thinking about so many things. There's so much going on. I've got to get back out there to help young Ryan. He's having a cleaner. We got to get that skip away off the drive, and then I got to start putting things back together in the undisclosed location. The podcast wall is coming. Okay, the podcast wall is going to look without doubt the bee's knees. And before I leave this live stream this morning, I would love to see a few more likes on this channel. I don't know how you actually do it, but it'd be good to get you on there. Phil Shaw says, morning, John. How's you, mate? Phil, we've been going for so long now. Look, if you can, Phil, give us a like on this channel now. I would love you to do it. We've been talking about all sorts of things, Phil. It may be an idea to sort of just watch this back later. But Phil, whereabouts are you across the country? So I forgot all about it, where you are. It's great to have so many consumers on here. 17, I think it is. 17 likes, fantastic. Phil Shaw says, already like, mate. Phil, thanks very much. Phil, yeah, Phil, when you come down to spend a day with us, it'd be good to have you down here. And if you want, I can tell you at what stage we're at and what we're doing, and you can decide if you want to come down and have a look. It'd be good to see you, and we'll take you for some breakfast. We will feed you, we will water you, and make sure that you're okay. Yeah, just come down, Phil. And anyone else that wants to come down to site, we will seek permission from our customer and to make sure that that's all right. But if anyone wants to come down, we can arrange it, no problem at all. It'd be great to have a lot of people on site and seeing what I'm doing. Not too many people, of course. Lee Andy says there, need more staff. Yeah, we do. We need you down here. Rob Fry says, have a great weekend, guy. Rob, go and crack on with it. I love the little emojis. Absolutely brilliant. David Graham says, I was going to drop you a call, JB, with a few questions. When is the best time? The day that suits you. No urgency. Dave, you can give me a call after this live stream if you want. I will be available. I'm going to make another cup of tea. So if you want to call, number is, if you want to write this down and you want to get a pen, and because I'm only going to give it out twice, it's 07794 595 994. 07795 595 994. Wish you was near, as we need a new patio, says Rob. Rob, listen, give us a call. We don't necessarily, let's find out where you are. Let's just see if we can help you to get you on the right road and to make sure that you head in the right direction. I got a few jobs that I have to go and price. If Cameron and Ali is actually watching this morning, I just want to say that your design is nearly there. I've been really working hard on it for some time now. It has to be right. So please don't fret. It's next year we're hopefully going to start it and get on with it, but I know you need to see something. There's been lots going on. These things do take time. Good things come to those who wait. Guys, listen, Rob says in Derbyshire. Rob, let's talk. It's not that far away. A few years ago I went to Australia for about 5.5 weeks, I think it was. We went out there and we did some work out there, so more than happy to help any of you guys actually out there with anything. Let's get you on the right road. If you are a consumer and you have any concerns about your future projects, just need to speak to me. I say it to a lot of people. I've got a bit of running around to do soon. I've got to go to Sheffield and see Rosalind Roberts up there in Sheffield, and I've got to get down to Watford very, very soon. If you want to give me a call, as I say again, my number is 07795 595 994. Just read what Paul Goodshard says there. Phil, see me and went to Santex when we used to see Curtis Jones. They were talking to you. I wish you were near as well. Rob Fry's there. There we are. That's it. It's great to read people's messages. It's so important. Big shout out to John Ward. I should have gave John Ward a call this week. And I do apologise for that. Things have been happening. Been very, very tired. That's it. Let me know when you're in Sheffield, says Rob Fry. It may be sooner than later, Rob. I just got to get away and sneak off. And I wonder if I can get up and back in a day without Alison knowing. I'll be able to do it. It's only a 4-hour drive. No problem at all. 4.5 hours. Look, that's it. We've had a good week. I hope you've had a good week. It's so important that you stay safe. And remember, if you need any help, any advice, just give us a call. Drop us an email at info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining the live stream this morning. I'm going to have to get back, but we will be, yeah, she'll know, Rob. She's like this. She's all ears. Walls have ears. If for any reason that you do need any help with anything, and if you need any help with any, if you're suffering in any way, and you just want somebody to talk to, just give me a ring. I'm always available, and that's what it's about. It's about supporting the community that have supported you for many, many years. Hey, the game's changing. Social media, how we communicate, networking is changing. Let's embrace it, but let's use it in a positive way. That's it for me. Once again, big thank you to the guys at ITS. Just pop over, have a look at their website, and just check out their workwear products. Massive reductions. The winter's coming. It's nearly upon us. Be safe, guys. Take care. See you soon. Have a great weekend, and keep at it. Keep daily grinding. See you soon. Bye-bye.